Good morning, Soul Family. This is one of the days that I love. I love rainy days. I love inclement weather. I love all kinds of crazy weather, but this is a neat day for me. This is slow and steady rain. They were all worried that we were going to get hammered, and maybe we will later, which will be fun and exciting, but this is a slow, steady soak, which is what we need to really wash away all the bullshit that we've been dealing with from this whole past year. It's been a nightmare for me, gotta tell you. And I'm dressed all in my snuggly warm clothes that I love, and I think I'm actually going down to the animal shelter to look at 3 different cats. And I don't know. I'm waiting to see what Spirit has to say. Liger's having a really hard time. He's very upset, actually. I did a reading for him, and he's like, "Where's my friend? I miss my friend." He's sad. He's acting depressed, and I know that he might be also saying that about me. Where's my friend? So I've been trying to keep my energy very high and light and happy and keep him with me, but I don't know. It's not like I'm going to go out and replace Lily. You can't do that. But there's something missing here. So up pop these 2 cats, and one of them looks just like Lily. It just shocked me. I was just like, oh my God, I have to see her. And it's funny because they list her as a senior cat. She's 8 years old, and because she's a senior cat, chances of her being adopted are very slim. And because of that, her somebody there sponsored her so that she doesn't cost anything. Look at her. She looks just like Lily, and her little fluffy legs. I don't know, it's really strange. And then there's this one. I know I keep being drawn to ones like Lily, but I'm drawn to ones that look so afraid. There's so many that are afraid. And then there's this one. This one's a boy. So scared. Anyway, I'm going to go look at them. And I'm probably torturing myself doing it because I hate going into places like that. I want to rescue all of them. And I don't even know if I should. My landlord might not be happy. I'm sure he wouldn't be. I'm sure he's happy to be down 1 cat. But anyway, today we're going to be doing our reading in a different way. And it's interesting because the first ones that I saw coming forward were these 2. They're a pair. One of them's a talker, one of them isn't. Clearly this one is the male, this one is the female. She's smaller. She's holding a creative egg, but she's also holding, this is sexual energy and creativity and passion, right? Sacral chakra. This one is also holding a creative egg. This one is the blue colors, which would be peaceful, calm, but also cool, more reserved, right? This one doesn't speak. This one's keeping his thoughts and feelings to himself, whereas this one wants to speak about it. And then you look at Anubis, and the god of lost souls, and Bastet, the god of the home. She's the cat goddess. She's also the god of the hearth and home. And what's interesting is, this is me. I came in with the cats. And dog represents best friend, loyalty, friendship, protection. And you can see he's quite a protective energy. But he's also very stubborn. Look how he protects his heart. He's got his staff close to him, his spear. He's not wielding it, but he's not looking at her. He's not talking. She's looking over at him, but she's like, you know what? I have a sword too. This is a Columbus sword, which is interesting. I got that for my son. Huh. And what I got from when I'm looking at these, what's coming up, and it's coming up in a mirror in my own family situation and another situation as well. It's talking about when there is a distance between people and when something has been done that's hurt another. It's about taking responsibility, and it's about speaking your truth. And you can see both of these are not speaking. She's willing to listen, and she says, I'm willing to talk this out, but you need to speak your truth. And a lot of times I've spoken about with my daughter and my son and my stepdaughter that I raised for 9 years. My son was always very honest. She's very much like me. You know, it's black and white. It is what it is, straight up. Never lied to me because we don't tolerate lying. And because of the way we are, the girls had a hard time coming forward because they were habitual liars. They would lie straight to your face. And I could tell with my stepdaughter, she was a bad liar. I always could tell with her. But with my daughter, wouldn't blink an eyelash. Just straight to my face. And it drove my son crazy. And it, you know, I believe, and the stepdaughter always got in trouble, you know, because she was caught. It was so obvious. And my daughter got away with murder because she was so good at it. It's been a problem. And yet, you know, we speak about how it affects us as we get older. And I watch my stepdaughter with her little boy, and she's tough on him. She doesn't put up with any bullshit. And he tells the truth, and he better or he's punished. And I laughed at her, and I said, that's so funny. And she goes, oh, I don't put up with anything. She says, you were way too kind. And that might be a problem. You know, they know how to work the empath, right? I would say to the kids, I know. I'm not coming to you to ask this of you because I don't already know. I'm asking because I'm asking for you to be honest with me, because we can't move forward if there's dishonesty between us. And it's disrespectful. And there is no healing that can happen without honesty and taking responsibility. I will take responsibility for my actions. I've got no problem saying I'm sorry. And yet what's so interesting is with certain people in your life, you know, you'll constantly be reaching out, and then they don't. And for myself, I know I set myself up, and I've done it my whole life, because with my mother, with my father, with my kids, with my lover, I would always be the one after. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want a problem. So I would just let it go, you know, and we'd move forward. And so that's what is wanting to happen. This energy wants to happen, where they just want us to, can we just forget this and move on? I'll wait long enough, and then enough time will go by that I won't have to tell what happened. That's not the truth. It's not going to happen with me. So I asked my stepdaughter why she didn't tell me when she knew that I already knew. And she said, I didn't want to get in trouble. And I said, but you were getting in trouble. You were in trouble anyway. And I promised you that you wouldn't be in trouble if you would be honest with me. And she said, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's just stubborn pride and ego. You know, oh, they'll come to me. They'll come to me. I won't have to do this. And it's embarrassment, right? Other times it's just, I don't know what it is. But I got to tell you, there is no room for healing and moving forward if people don't take responsibility for their actions. And I will tell you, for myself, I want to know the truth. And so that's why it doesn't move forward, because I have now changed my stance. I used to just drop it, let it go, and move on, not ask any questions. That's not where I'm at anymore. I used to always go to everyone. I'd go to my mom. You know, my mom would do something, or somebody would do something. It would be them that did it. But I would end up going and apologizing, because I just couldn't handle the fighting anymore. I just didn't want it. I just wanted peace, right? I choose peace. But I also choose self-respect. So looking at this, and it's been coming up this morning a lot, came up in my dreams. I watched it in my dreams, and I thought, no, this needs to be discussed. It isn't about hammering somebody with what happened in the past. It isn't about making them feel bad. And it's about clearing the air. It's about honor and respect. And how do you expect our relationship to grow or to have anything between us if there's dishonesty between us? If I can't trust you, I can't trust you if you're not honest with me. Confirmation on that. You know, I was told by someone the other day, they said, trust is your block, or right? Your resistance is trust. No, actually it's not. Because I do trust. I actually trust when I shouldn't. I stand up for people even when I know they're wrong. And I trust them, believing, you know, there's got to be something that I'm not aware of, or there's a reason that this happened, or I don't know what they went through. And that's truly how I see it. I honestly believe that if somebody did do something and they hurt me and they haven't told me why, and they don't want to speak about it, or if they've lied about something, there was a reason that they were pushed to that point. I believe that. I don't, because the people that I love them because they're good people. They're decent people. We've all got hang-ups, and we've all fucked up. And I've had situations where I have had to come forward and admit to something that I was so afraid to admit to. I'll give a very small example. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and I've always been incredibly honorable, loyal, honest, to a fault. I have the biggest conscience. You have no idea. I mean, raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and with my father, my stepfather's German, and I got to tell you, man, there was corporal punishment, and he had very high standards, and I raised myself to those standards, and I do hold people to my standards. I do. Because I hold myself to those standards. I don't expect anything from you that I don't expect from myself. So I'm with a bunch of friends. I go out, and they wanted to steal a candy bar from the store, and it was peer pressure, right? I didn't even want it. And I was terrified of doing it. I thought I'm going to go to jail. But I had this coat, this quilted like down coat, and it had a big inside pocket. And all I had to do was slip it in. It would be very easy. Oh, God. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. But I was the only one who didn't. So then I did it. And I stole this chocolate bar. You think I ate it? God, no. I was sick to my stomach. I was so upset. As I left, and not to mention, the man who owned that store was such a sweet man. He was always so nice to us. I just wanted to go back and put it back in the store, you know? And it tortured me all day. I was at home after school, and I didn't play. We used to go out and hang out in the back alley, and my brother, you know, they'd play hockey, and I couldn't. I was so upset, and my dad knew. He knew. I mean, you could see all over my face how I feel. My energy is very open. And finally, I started crying, and God, it upsets me right now. And he said, Sherry, what's wrong? He thought something just horrific had happened, because I said, I can't tell you. And he thought, that's not like her. And he was very, very kind to me, and he said, it's okay, you can tell me. And I told him what I did, and he laughed. He said, that's all? And he says, well, I'm not saying it's okay. It's not. But it's okay. And he told me about when he was a boy in Germany, you know, the German army was practicing outside, and they hated the German army. You know, just because people grew up in Germany doesn't mean that they were okay with Hitler and what they did. They hated the German army. And him and his friends would throw rotten tomatoes at the soldiers. And the soldiers chased them, and they were shooting at them. And my dad was terrified to come home because he thought it was going to, you know, bring condemnation down on the family, and he had to tell his mother. And he said that there could have been charges laid against the family. It could have been really scary. And I had to tell my mom. He says, you stealing a candy bar seems pretty small in comparison. And he said, but you've learned your lesson, clearly. He says, it didn't feel good, did it? And I said, no. And he said, do you want to eat that candy bar? And I said, no. I don't even know what we did. We might have taken it back. I know another time with my son, we went to this thrift store that we used to go to in Canada. And he was young. And my daughter was probably about 3, so Devin would have been 4, 5, 8. And we got in the car, and it was him and his friend in the back seat, Gio. I remember his friend Gio. And I looked in the rearview mirror, and Devin had this look on his face, terrified. And I said, what's going on? And they were so obvious. I mean, Devin's like me. And finally, he admitted that he had taken this little toy, which was stupid because I would have bought it for him, and he knew that. But it was the same thing as me, right? It was peer pressure. And he wouldn't tell me for the longest time. I knew what it was, and he wouldn't tell me. They lied to me. They kept lying. They told one story after another, right? So I drove to the police station, and I said, well, if you're not going to tell me the truth, I said, I'm going to have to take you in to the police officer, and I'm going to have them interrogate you. And I started to get out of the car, and my son lost his mind. No, God, Mom, please, please, please. And then he finally told me. My daughter stole something at a department store, and I found out when I got home, and I made her go back with me. We went into the store. We asked for the security guard, and we told the security guard, and I stepped aside, and I said, would you go, be tough on her. So he took her aside, and oh my God, he blew it big time. He laughed, and he said, that was really sweet of you, no worries, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what, you could have been a little tougher on her. Anyway, the point is, we've all done stupid things, right? And now, we were kids. We're talking adults right now. But pride gets in the way. Embarrassment gets in the way. I did do something, it was peer pressure, or I misunderstood something and it made me angry and I shot my mouth off, and now I don't know how to get out of it. And now it's gone on for so long, and one story has to cover another story, and then there's another, and then it gets bigger, and now how do I get out of it? It's humiliating. But I know she loves me. And maybe if enough time goes by, she'll just forget about it and we can just move on. Well, Spirit said to me, no, not anymore. This has to do with self-respect. It also has to do with growth on their behalf. And if they don't have the respect to come to you and tell you the truth of the situation, there's no point in this relationship moving forward. And that includes my family. So I'm going to move on now to the reading. And we're going to see why this needed to come up today. Like, it just came up today for some reason. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this differently, as I said. I'm going to ask for a card for each item that you choose, or for each zodiac sign, whichever way you guys want to do it. You know how I feel about that. And then I'm going to just throw cards down, just one after another, and find out where we're at, what the blockage is, you know, how can we overcome it, what the advice is. So that's what we're going to do. My head's pounding all of a sudden, like pounding. So I know I'm hitting somebody energetically. So we're going to work with 4 different decks. And the 4 different items are going to be Anubis, God of lost souls. He's now also the God of resurrection, because it's about recovery, right? Look how stubborn he is. And then there's Bastet, the cat goddess. And then there is the Sparrow of self-worth. And then there's the Victory Sparrow, because a victory will happen when this situation is resolved, right? But not until then. All right, so whoever you guys chose, I'm going to use, so for fire signs, do I not have a pen? I thought I did. Here we go. For fire signs, I guess we'll use this little sparrow because of her sacral chakra. So we'll call her, what did we call her? Sparrow of self-worth. Sparrow of self-worth. For earth signs, we're going to use Anubis. Anubis. For air signs, we're going to use the Victory Sparrow. How interesting. That's interesting. And for water signs, we're going to use the cat goddess. Feminine energy. Gentle, loving, nurturing energy. Okay, so we begin. Fire signs, and we're starting with the Oracle of Shadows and Light. So what is our message today? For the most amount of shadow signs, fire signs. Oh, well, maybe we're talking with our shadow today. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message most applicable for fire signs, or for those who chose the Sparrow of self-worth? The sparrow is the pet of Aphrodite, right? Looks very insignificant. Overlooked often, underestimated, definitely. But it's about knowing your own self-worth. And it's also a survivor. A victorious symbol. So, Sparrow of self-worth. Here we go. What's happening? What's the deal with Sparrow of self-worth? Move that to the side a little bit. At 18 minutes and 13 seconds. Well, looks like that's going on. So right around you right now, there's a clash. There's a clash of beliefs, styles, attitudes, energies. There's stuff that's getting shaken up right now. This is like oil and water that just don't mix. You know, this is the way you live your life. This is the way I've lived my life. And we have a different opinion. And we're having some issues right now. Now, these issues may be around us on the outside. These issues may be within us. But there's definitely a clash that's happening at this time. You're standing in the center unharmed. You're in a place of peace, right? Look at you're wrapped in your spiritual armor. And you have gray-headedness of wisdom. You are the master. A true master finds peace even amidst chaos. And that's how you stand. Or that's how she stands. So this is when different belief systems that just are not compatible come together. And she comes to the middle to say, we can coexist. You believe this, I believe that. I watched this in my dream, I told you last night. There were people that they liked these two liked these other people, and the family member said, that will never be allowed, they're witches. Right? But the other person didn't care. One side of the family thought that this spirituality was not spirituality, they were witches, because they were very religious. And there was a clash, there was a difference. But this angel is here to tell you that you can coexist. You can. But at this time, that's not what's happening. And this has to happen. This is a time when energies have to come and to a head. It has to clear away the old, like this rain is happening right now, right? When the thunder and lightning comes, the rain falls and it washes away all the things that are stale so that things can be freshened up again. It's the same thing, like I said, about telling the truth and accepting responsibility. That's the only way for you to clear things up so that there can be a healing and people can move forward. So right now there's tension, right? There's stubbornness. People stuck in their ways, refusing to move forward, refusing to let go, refusing to compromise. And Spirit is saying, you stand in your integrity and do not compromise. You speak the truth and you stay committed to the truth. And because of that, there's arguments, angry fights, people withdrawing from one another. But this is a time when lies and deception come to the surface. Spirit is not allowing this to stay. As I said, the truth will be revealed. And when we come forward and we ask for a clarification, it's because we already know. So she's about to speak very truthfully, very clearly, standing in her integrity. And she's telling you, I want to banish this from my life. I would like to release this and move forward. But the truth is exposed. So now this is what I want to do. I'm going to have you guys watch. I did this last night and I thought, I like that. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Since we're talking about relationships with people, right? This could be friendships, this could be family, this could be love, whatever it is. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to, these cards are really hard to shuffle, so I'll have to break them up. I'm just going to throw some cards down in regards to this situation. So for Aries, I don't know if I said Aries already. If I did, I meant fire signs, okay? For fire signs. Now we're going to do Aries. So what are the messages that come forward? And I'll do it like this in regards to this situation. Sacral chakra. Okay. Well, there we are. This is a very passionate situation, right? This is a very important, passionate situation. It may have to do with creativity in your so it may have to do with your business, but it definitely there's passion involved in this situation. It's important. It's not something that is going to be let go of. And here you see, choose your battles. Can you see this? Here you are, right? Immobile. Those three standing, but you're standing your ground. 7, you're on the right path. When you stand in your truth and your integrity, you're on the right path. You may meet with resistance, but when this is something that you're passionate about, you don't give in, and you're not giving in. Or you are not to give in. You want, if this is in regards to a partnership, a family arrangement, or a love, you want dedicated effort. We're painting a picture for our lives, right? And the picture that we paint is not that. The picture with the sacral chakra, the seat of creativity, this is what we are seeing our future. We are creating our future. We're co-creators with the divine. We don't want that. We aren't accepting that. This is what we will have. We will have a dedicated effort where two lean on one another, where they're coming from the light, recognizing that whatever they need, they will be supplied. The number 8 says you will supplied infinitely with everything that you need to move forward. If you have to take a stand against partners, family, friends, whatever it is, you stand together in your integrity and you are truthful, you are remaining in the light, you will have a safe place. You will be provided for. That is what we are painting. That is the advice. So right now, this could either be the message going out to this one that's listening to this reading, that it's time that you went to the mountain. When the great wave comes, you go to the mountain with the tablets. And the tablets represent your moral code, your integrity, your honor, your self-respect. And you allow the light to come down on you, and you listen to what Spirit has to say. And then you leave that mountain, because the hermit is a wise man. This could represent a Virgo in your life. The hermit is a wise man. He goes in and he listens to his higher self. The hermit doesn't mean we go and hang out in the mountain and hide out and we don't tell anybody until they come to us. If you're sitting up there waiting for someone to come to you, you're going to turn to stone, because that's not going to happen. It's about you need to rest and reconsider your course of action. Or if this does not come forward, if this is it remains immobile, and this is the picture that you're trying to create, we need to rest and reconsider. Is this really what I want? Is this really who I want? Is this really the relationship, partnership, family, friend that I want in my life? Because the number 9 says, get to work, light worker. You have everything you need to move forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Notice the light illuminating their crown. Stop procrastinating. So it's either the one that's sitting out there waiting, the one that's being stone-faced, that's waiting for someone to drop the whole situation so that they can have this relationship that they're clearly longing for, or it's you that has been waiting around, and Spirit says no more procrastination. So that's for Aries. In regards to Sagittarius, how does this apply for you? The belief system. You know, like I said, this could be religious differences. This could be something that happened between partners. This could be, who knows what the differences are between you. Everybody has a different story, right? Okay, for Sagittarius, believe and succeed. So there's storms clashing all around you. But when you trust in your higher self, this the number 6 says, let go of the worry about the material world. This could be worry about finances. This could be worry about love. This, whatever the storm, the clash around you. It could be your own self, negative self-talk. But if you believe in where you're going, you trust in the light where it leads you, because Spirit says focus more on the spiritual world than the material world, you will be successful. You will move across your emotional waters successfully. It's about what you believe in. Giving and receiving. The clashing that's going on. There's got to be, in every relationship, partnership, love relationship, business, between us and our friends, there has to be a give and take, right? There has to be an equal. There can't be one constantly dropping it, right, and letting it go, going to the other. There has to be a give and take. Now, in regards of a situation that may have to do with work or health or something else that you're having a clash or a storm around in your life, Spirit's saying you need to believe, you need to trust in Spirit. Double sixes. Double sixes. Focusing on Spirit. This is also Spirit handing to us, right? And being part of a connected family, a soul family, realizing there's more than blood family out there, right? There's more than just us. We have a united collective. It's about also sharing the wealth, the knowledge, listening to what others have to say, being a part of a situation. I'm interested in the 2 6s. 6 also represents a return from someone from the past. Nostalgia, feelings of nostalgia. You have a clash maybe about what's going on. You don't understand what's happening. You're fighting with your heart and your head. But if you have a belief and trust in Spirit and you feel this reciprocal energy, this shows there's a possibility of somebody returning. There needs to be a release of whatever your dark fears are. 1 and 3 is 4. The angels are all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. You need to believe that. Follow the light. There is a hand reaching out to help you through this time. You need to release whatever the demons are within you. Whatever it is that you're holding on to. Maybe you need to release an old relationship, old belief systems. Whatever it is, it's time for you to cut open what's you've been shielding yourself with and allow the light, the truth to come forward. Spread your wings. It's time to move. So this is interesting to me. A couple, the number 2. Everything's happening the way it's meant to happen. But if you look at this, you've got storm clash all around you, right? You've got to believe and that you're going to be successful, that you're going to have a reciprocal. What you give out is going to come back to you. You need to release the old, whatever it is that's been holding you back or that you've been believing or that you've been hiding. And you need to build a bridge from where you are to where you want to go. And know that you're guided and protected as long as you lean towards the light. So now we go to Leos. How does this apply to the Leos? Correct for neutrality on all levels. I just heard no communication. No communication is not, no communication sends a message, right? I'm not going to speak until you step up. I'm not, or I'm done with this, right? Like I said to my father, I gave him an opportunity And the next time I come into that house will be the day he invites me, not before. In the meantime, I have reached out and checked on him to make sure he's okay, written to him. But I will not go to that house until he asks me. No communication. Think about that. Correct neutrality, Leos. Build a bridge from where you are to where you want to go. In regards to this storm and the clash in belief system here, you're not happy with where you're at, or the people around you aren't. But there's a lot of purple here, a lot of spiritual energy here. Connect to your higher self. Look at the light beam shining down. Open. My arms are open. My heart is open. This one doesn't stand with their arms folded across their chest, right? This path is illuminated. So if you're in a difficult time, your spiritual path is going to be illuminated. You need to build the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Healing begins. That's what allows for healing to begin. Maybe you have done this. Maybe this is what you have already done. You have listened to the downloads that have come in. Your heart has been open. She's wrapped in pink. Love. What would love say? What would love do? That's the illuminated path to follow. And that is what would allow a healing to begin. Again, the number 6, not being focused on the material world, but being focused on spirit. What would love say? What would love do? What would love say? What would love do? That's how you begin to heal. That's how you move forward on your spiritual path, away from this narcissistic, dynamically traverse energy. Again, rest and reconsider. Interesting. So here we are, Storm Angel. Hope you guys are seeing this. Storm Angel. Where do I want to go? I'm getting downloads from Spirit, right? This is my spiritually illuminated path. My heart is open. I'm willing. Father, where do I go? What's happening? Or Father, I've been through this. It's been awful. It's been difficult. I've stood my ground. I've spoken my truth. I've withstood the storm, and I stand here in my integrity. Where is this going? Father, what do I do? You follow your illuminated path. You stay on your path. You keep your heart open and your crown open. Heart and mind open, willing, and we will illuminate your path. A healing has begun. You have rested. You have reconsidered. You have listened. And because of that, a healing will take place, or is taking place, or they're telling you, these are your options, right? This is where you are. This is where you want to be. You can either do this, or you can do this. Over here, you may hear everything, but you're not doing anything about it. Here, because look, both of them. There's a download coming here, right? This one knows. This one knows as well. But this one's sitting up there, up in the mountains, away from the light, hiding, while this one comes in love, arms open, heart open, walking the illuminated path. This one will find healing. This one will find isolation. All right, so earth signs. For earth signs, we go to the Shapeshifter. And earth signs, let me put this away so I keep everything in order. Who was earth signs? Earth signs are Anubis. So I'm going to bring Anubis over here. Well, I'll just let you guys see him. Isn't he beautiful? I bought him for my twin soul years ago for his birthday, not knowing I wouldn't see him for 4.5 years. He's never seen it. So, earth signs. We are going to the Shapeshifter deck, and we'll get the card for everyone. For those who chose Anubis, God of lost souls, God of resurrection. See, he was the god of lost souls. It changed. It's interesting. If people know anything about ancient Egyptian, he used to be one, and he changed into another. He used to be. Now he's the god of resurrection. It was a dark energy, and it changed to a lighter energy. Correct for neutrality on all levels. One more. I like the way this deck shuffles. Earth signs, or those who work with Anubis. Snake Princess, the serpentine path to power. So when we look at the Snake Princess is about healing. The snake has been given a bum rap for eons. Oops, sorry guys. There's the story of Adam and Eve, and the snake tempted Eve with that apple and caused her and Adam to be kicked out of the Garden of Eden, when in all reality, that's just a bullshit story. And the snake has always been about transformation and healing. The snake is our under the earth, right? They slide on the belly. It's the dark side. It's the underside. It's the vibration. But the snake is our spine. It's our DNA, our kundalini, our nervous system, right? So this one, and this is a pomegranate, which is actually a very beautiful symbol if you look up the meaning for the pomegranate. When the snake princess comes forward, this is about allowing the energy to flow through you. This is about rebirth. This is about tearing off the old skin and allowing the new to come forward. The snake comes forward to support you in intelligent ways about self-love, about self-nobility. The underworld is a place where where all of our crystals come from the earth, the healing crystals. There's great wealth and knowledge and healing to come that will help us grow stronger and move forward, to help us transform and heal. So it's a very, very beautiful energy. That apple that's being handed to you, that pomegranate that's being handed to you, that's not something for you to fear. This is about the ancient ways. This is about understanding messages that come from the earth. This is about releasing humiliation, banishment, pain, all the old stories that you were told growing up. This is about connecting to your ancient knowledge and wisdom and letting go of the belief that you're not good enough. I grew up with that my whole life, you know. My father, even while we were Jehovah's Witnesses, he was an elder in the congregation. He came home from the meeting one night and he said to me, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses are the most unhappy people on the planet. And I said, why? Why would you say? I was shocked that he would say that. I was shocked. And he said, because we're always being told that we will fall short of the mark of perfection. We're never good enough. And this is the knowledge that we have to release, the belief that we are not good enough. We now need to believe that we are good enough, that we were born with innocence, and we don't have to carry the burden of shame, of judgment, of rules that we have been. Recognizing that everything of this planet is goodness. The animals are, there's not an animal that's bad for us. There's not, this is healing. So you're being given guidance from the serpent. It's interesting, you know, people think about the Anunnaki and, they're bad. They come from the underworld, the underbelly. And I literally had Archangel Metatron show up in my dream once, and I was looking everywhere, underneath beds and tables and under bridges, and he laughed at me and he said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm looking for the Anunnaki. And he said, they're not going to hurt you. And if there are ones that have a negative vibration, they can't hurt you unless you think they can. You're very powerful. So this is about claiming your power and using your power with discretion. This is about realizing that you can't run from the changes that are happening in this world and the chaos that's in this world. This is about living through it, ascending past it. This is about paying attention to ancient rituals, but also embracing the new. This is about communicating with people on the other side. This is telling you that there is an ancestor that wants to come forward and communicate with you. And they're going to bring you knowledge. And it's going to free you from certain secrets that you've been holding for far too long. The message is that you are strong and powerful, and you are good enough. You are worthy and deserving. Okay, so we're going to start with Capricorns. How does this apply in your life? Correct neutrality. It's interesting. My landlord said, oh, why did we have this weather? It's going to rain, rain, rain. You know, we could just use a slow, steady rain. And I said, how do you know it's not going to be a slow, steady rain? You know, we do need the rain. And it is a slow, steady rain. It's good. It's good. So detach. So I would say what you need to do is detach from the old belief systems. This one feels out in the cold. This one feels the need to wrap themselves up. They're dejected and they're sad. You need to detach from whatever is making you feel unworthy, out in the cold. You need to release something. And releasing something, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you are not worthy. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. That's the belief system you have to let go of. There's a difference between these two. And it's all in your perspective. It's all in the way that you look at it. In one, you're out in the cold. You're feeling dejected. There's no growth, no harvest. You're losing something. And here, you're creating. And there's new growth. So when one door closes, another door opens. Right? There's a death and then there's a new beginning. I just lost my little chicken. Right? I had to release her. And then life moves forward and there's a new beginning. The universe abhors a vacuum. When one door closes, another is there for you. So allow yourself to detach and then create yourself. This is you as the magician creating. Here you feel that you have nothing. You're losing. I'm out in the cold. I've been left. I've had to release. I'm sad. Nobody's here for me. I have no harvest. Wow, wow, wow. Pity party. Here, I am the magician. I know things happen for a reason. I know that there are cycles. And there will be new growth and there will be creation and happiness. And I take control of this. And I know how to manifest. This is interesting to me because this is like the high priestess and the magician together. Right? So if this was a relationship that ended or partnership that had to go away, this says that it's only your mind that's telling you that you're out in the cold and you've lost. This is a partnership. This is the ability to manifest. This is, and look, he's looking forward, she's looking over here. And you're looking, nobody's looking at each other here. So I want to ask for a different message. Hold on. Heal. So maybe that's what's going on here. There needs to be a healing in this situation. Right? That's what the snake is all about. It's about connecting to your manifestation abilities. This one is connecting. This one is connecting. And maybe by doing that, there will be a healing that takes place. But doing this is getting you nowhere. This may also say that this is where you were. This is very sad. This is very difficult. I've had to release something that meant so much to me. But in order for me to heal, I need to step into my own creative abilities, harness my own power and the power of spirit to manifest again. And there will be a healing. Maybe I need to allow myself to heal before a new partnership can be formed. But it's all in the way you look at it. And this is all forward movement. Right? For Virgos, how does this apply for you? Correct the neutrality on all levels. A healing. So there is a healing that's taking place at this time. If you want a healing to take place at this time, you have to stand with your heart open. This is also the sword of truth. I don't know if you guys recognize that. In order for a healing to take place, you need to stand in the light and speak your truth. That goes right down the center. That will break the chains that bind you. That will bring a healing. This is what we talked about when I started this reading. Interesting. I just noticed that. Well-deserved reward. For you to claim your reward and break the chains that bind, you need to stand in your truth. That's what this is. Standing in your truth. Look at this succession. 1 and 7 is 8 and then 9. Right? 8 here. You will be supplied what you need in order to break free. If you stand in your truth and speak your truth, you have everything you need. Light worker, get to work. Stop procrastinating. You will have a reward. It's a reward in itself to stand in your light and speak your truth. Success and growth. Look at the succession. 8 again, the number of abundance. In order to succeed, grow, and get what you deserve, you must stand in your truth and break the chains that bind you. That's the healing and growth that comes about. And then it blossoms. It continues to grow. Can you see the succession here? Or this may be that you have stood in your truth. You have taken the sword of truth and you have broken the chains that bind you. You've stood in the light. You're here to claim what you know you deserve. And there have been seeds of growth that have happened, and they've been reaching out to you. You felt this loving energy wrapping out around you. Maybe you felt this energy that has been manifested by another. And you have, look at it, look at the swirl, how it's going and it's reaching you, the energy. Have you been assisted by someone else? Have you felt this connection, this energetic movement? But there is definitely, this is beautiful. This is either what you have to do in order to get this, or this is happening. You've broken the chains by speaking your truth. You are claiming your reward. You have felt that energy. That growth has come from behind you. And it's blossoming and it's building. Wow. That's gorgeous energy. Whether that's what you need to do or that's happening, that's freaking awesome. Taurus, correct for neutrality on all levels. Let me just break this down a little. So the animal shelters open my heart chakra. Actually, it's my solar plexus is spinning. I'm wondering what that means. Wondering what I should do. You know, it's awful, those places. I want to go in and save all of those little animals, and walking away saving one even is just, ugh. Okay, so Taurus. Open up. In order to have a healing, you need to open up. Open up to spirit. Open up to the angels. This is an angelic guidance. There needs to be... So we have an ancestor coming forward, right, that wants to give you some information that will help you reveal secrets that maybe you've kept to yourself or have been kept from you. That message goes for everyone. That just came to my mind. That ancestor that comes forward, there may be a secret that they reveal to you in some way that enables you to do what you need to do. So here, there's an opening up. And it's you that has to be open to Spirit's guidance. This will bring about joy and stability. This is amazing. And again, double fours. The number 4, that's about security, stability, harmony, fulfillment, happiness, marriage. A healing may have taken place, which has allowed for an opening up, which will bring forward the ability to have this. You've been feeling alone. You've been feeling out in the cold. There's been difficulties around you. There's been confusion and misunderstandings and disagreements. And what do we have to do to handle the situation? There's a very big difference between this one and this one, right? If you are open to Spirit's guidance and you focus on the joy and stability, you will not be feeling left alone. You can reverse that feeling. Sacral chakra. At this time, maybe your sacral chakra needs to be balanced. Sacral chakra is your seat of sexual energy as well as creativity. So your passionate energy, your ability to move forward. Here, you're feeling out in the cold. You're feeling like you're alone. There is no support. You may be waiting for someone to come forward. Maybe that's the situation. There's a healing that's taking place. Okay, I'm open to Spirit's guidance. I'm focusing on the joy and stability while I'm alone, while I'm waiting for this to move forward. I am creating for myself. That's a beautiful energy as well. All right, so now we go to air signs for the victorious sparrow with the blue creative egg. And with that, the deck is going to be the vampire deck. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the victorious sparrow with the blue creative egg, the peaceful, calm energy, or the sad, isolated, depressed feeling, depending on what's going on. You may be sheltering someone who has been feeling that way. This one seems to be very much covering that, right? Maybe you've been covering up those feelings. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Maybe that's why you're not talking. You've been in a place of sadness. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right, so now we go to Geminis. We begin with Gemini. Okay, so the outsider. So Now remember, this is you or someone you know, right? So this is where a lot of us feel. A lot of us awakened ones feel this way, are the ones that are trying to walk our spiritual path. Sandy and I, we spoke about this, I think this morning, about, it's difficult to walk your path. And we have gone through a lot, but it's the only way that we grow. It's the only way that we are going to be able to make the energy shift that's happening in this world. It's the strong ones that will survive. But right now, somebody looks like an outsider. Like in my dream last night that I watched. It was family. On one side, they liked these people, and the other family member said, that will never be allowed. That will never be accepted. They're witches, okay? So that's how they looked at this one. Like a misfit, a loner, a wanderer. So maybe you feel like that right now. You feel separate from others, from the world. You might be looking at other people and maybe regretting where you are. You don't understand why, you're different because you don't understand why people have so much focus on the material world. You don't get that. Their job, their position, their clothes. It's hard for me, to go to a party and to even socialize with people that are not spiritual people because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't care about the gossip sessions. I don't care about the hearing about, how much they have and brag. I don't care. I don't understand. It's not very deep to me. It's about as deep as a plate. And you don't understand why other people are so focused on that. And you can't really express that maybe to the ones around you because they're not like you. So it makes you feel like you don't belong, like you're on the outside, right? Could be from your family, like I watched in my dream last night, right? Could be your friends. I mean, it's hard for you to try and kind of blend in with these ones because you're not like them. And you're wondering if you really belong. Even here, a lot of times I hear spiritual people say they just want to go home, right? But that's not why we came here. We didn't come here to suffer. We didn't come here to be abandoned. It's about how we look at this. It's about how we ascend. It's about what we take the truth of the situation and do with it. It's about finding the ones that are like us. It's about reaching out to soul family. The ones that other people call strange, eclectic. I say that they're unique, ingenious, fanciful, unusual. They're the ones who look outside of the box. They're the ones who see spirit and know how to work with its energy. In my dream, I swear, they called us witches. I'm not a witch. I work with angels. It's interesting. So if you are looking at things in the correct manner, you've got an opportunity to find your own way, to stand out as unique and find your own soul family where you will grow. You will be able to manifest. You will be able to harness the energy of the crystals of the earth, of the energies around you to create a future for yourself that's very beautiful, filled with opportunities and spiritual growth. If you're not understanding things in the right manner, you're going to be feeling outside. You're going to be searching, lost, feeling like you don't belong, in a place of cold and unwelcomeness. So right now, it's about accepting your position as an outsider, perhaps amongst some people, and just observe. I remember hearing in my head, that's why I like to observe. It keeps me from getting in trouble. That's why sometimes Spirit says it's best not to share the knowledge that we have. Not that we're ashamed of it. Not that we don't want to share it, but we're not going to waste it. We're not going to make a mockery of something that's sacred to us, right? When we observe and we watch and we see and we keep a record of things and we pay attention, we grow. This is knowledge that we're gleaning so that we can be teachers to others. And when we're able to pick up all of this information and carry this and put this in our tool belt and expand, we're able to help so many others. And our unique perspective is greatly valued. Instead of looking at us like we're strange because we're amongst the wrong people, you go to people that are wanting to expand and learn and ascend. And everything that you understand and the way you look at things, that's appreciated. All right, so now we go to Gemini. Sorry, I probably said Gemini already, didn't I? So that was just air signs for those who chose the Victorious Sparrow. All right, correct for neutrality on all levels. For Gemini, you don't see this. You may be one of the people who were talking about these others as witches. You're refusing to see the light, refusing to see the truth. You're keeping your crown chakra completely covered in metal. Instead of protecting yourself from negative energy, you're protecting yourself from the light. You're refusing to see the truth of something. Your third eye is open, but you're not aware. You have detached. Look at that. Oh, these ones are not aware. You're not seeing peace. You're not seeing soulmate connections. You're not seeing prophecy. You're not seeing any of it. You're releasing it. You're refusing to see it. You need to work on your solar plexus chakra that says you're capable of doing anything you set your mind to and that you're worthy. And you need to open up. Now, this is you or someone else in your life. But that's what's going on here. If we're talking about the outsiders, well, this one feels like an outsider. Detached, out in the cold. Unwilling to move forward or do anything. Refusing to see. Protecting themselves from the light, which is there to help you. Not seeing the worth, the value in it. Not maybe recognizing your own worth. This is the masculine energy, the divine masculine. Is this the divine masculine not recognizing who he is and not opening up to the divine feminine within you or as another? We all have both within us, but at this point, there's a refusal to see, there's a detachment, and the feeling out in the cold, not recognizing the value, and not either opening up to Spirit's guidance, to the angels, or to the ones who have come. You're seeing this one as you're not seeing this one properly. You're seeing this one like this, like a little devil, like a witch. You're not seeing that this one is actually connected to angels. The number 4, angels. They're all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. You're looking at it like this. You're detached and cold, refusing to see, not recognizing the worth. This is either how you're feeling about yourself or how you are feeling about another. All right, Libras. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Libras. How does this apply for you? Seek the truth. So maybe you're looking at this, right? Not understanding it. And you need to part the curtains. You need to part the veil and actually seek the truth. Look to the light and see the truth of the matter. This is like opening the curtain between, what was it? Alice, what's her name? The Wizard of Oz, right? You're seeing something that reminds me of that. Some big, creepy, weird thing, right? But you need to open up the truth. You need to come from a place of love and see the truth in order to move forward. Number 7 is you're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. You're on the path if you open up to the light and come from a place of love and seek and speak the truth. That's what will bring the new vitality into your life, the new beginning, the light. This is manifestation. This is beginnings. So in order to come from a place of feeling like an outsider or being on the outside, you need to possibly seek and speak your truth, open up to the light, and recognize that a new beginning can come forward. And confront your shadow. So, misfit, loner, wanderer, do you feel this way? Or are you viewing someone else this way? You need to seek the truth within yourself, within the shadow. right? Confront your shadow, confront the mirror. Often what we see in another that we don't like is something within ourselves. Did something happen in your childhood that you haven't faced yet, that you need to face, so that a new moon can come forward, so that you can breathe life back into your soul. The rainbow is a promise of good things to come after a difficult time. But is there something that you have been refusing to look at? Something that happened when you were a child? Are you refusing to love your inner child? You're refusing to look at something. Or Spirit is just telling you, this is how you will heal. This is the dark. This is the dark. This is ripping the curtain open, the veil. Allowing the light to shine on something, recognizing maybe this is you. And recognizing that you are very loved. What happened to you wasn't because of anything to do with you. You are loved, and maybe you've been carrying this pain since a child, even as an adult. And you need to release that. You need to shed light on it. Sometimes we refuse to look at something that happened in our past because it's painful. But that's the only way that we're able to move forward, is to bring the shadow out, shine the light on it, and breathe new life back into our lives. Where we don't feel like we don't belong, where we don't feel unlike other people. A lot of times people hide things because they're embarrassed or they're ashamed, or they refuse to look at it because I don't know why. But the only way that we can ever heal and move forward and bring this new vitality into our life fully is by facing our shadow and recognizing it can't harm us. That isn't you. That little person is inside of you, but here you are. That's ancient history. That can't hurt you anymore. You need to part the curtain and recognize that you are a child of light and love, and you are safe. And there's a bright future in front of you for you to accept it. It's waiting for you to breathe life into it. For Aquarius, or for those who chose the Victory Sparrow, how does this affect you? What is this in regards to? This is, in regards to you or someone close to you in your life. And not every reading is going to apply for every person, right? So if the way the messages that I'm getting from Spirit that come across that don't apply to you, then it's not your reading. It's not, don't try to fit it to your situation. If it doesn't resonate, it's not yours. And as I say that, the wind started to blow up. Right? Don't get all twisted in a knot if this is not the situation in your life. It could be somebody else in your life, or it could just not be your reading. All right. Aquarius. There's something that you need to confront. Shadow. And Spirit wants you to stop procrastinating on it. It may be something that you have not been willing to do. 1 and 8 is 9. Get to work, light worker. You have everything you need to move forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Dress like a wise man, like a monk. You have the knowledge, but you're stuck on the past, something that you need to confront from when you were a child, or the child within you. Maybe you're behaving like a child. That's here for you. All you have to do is be willing to embrace it. And open your heart and open your mind and build a bridge from where you are to where you want to go. Recognizing there's love for you. You are loved. You are a child of God. There are positive things wanting to come into your life. You need to work on your heart chakra. Balance and clear your heart chakra. Because at this moment, this is how you feel. You feel insignificant, not seen, hiding, not sharing, your back turned to the world, in a place of darkness, maybe in a place of fantasy, not reality. And in order for you to have this breath of life and this new beginning come into your life, you have to balance and clear your heart chakra so that you can open it, so that you are able to hear and feel and accept the downloads from Spirit and move forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Recognizing this is you, worthy, loved, able to have this bright future. You don't have to feel this way. Maybe this Maybe this is why you feel this way, because you keep yourself isolated, or you're keeping yourself around people who don't understand you, who don't get you. And yet, if you want to go and balance your heart chakra, follow this path, your spiritually illuminated path, you must have your heart open, your mind open, be willing to move forward, and look for people like you. People who are in the practice of breathing happiness and life and prosperity into the world around them. This is not a little black rain cloud. That is. Which would you rather have? I would build a bridge from there to there. And you do that by focusing on what would love say, what would love do, and recognizing that you are a victorious sparrow. You're victorious. You can be victorious. You're a survivor. You may be a survivor of child abuse. You have to release that and recognize that that doesn't diminish your self-worth. No matter how maybe someone's made you feel like a child. Incompetent, ignored, not special. Maybe they haven't given you that love. You're not in the right place. These keep coming out for a reason. We must build a bridge from where we are to where we want to be. We don't want to view ourselves looking like this. That's how others may view us. We view ourselves like that. Angels of light. All right. For water signs, we are working with the Divine Circus Oracle. If anyone would like help with the dream analysis, with private reading, like to purchase anything from the Shamanic Toolbox, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Please click subscribe and like and share if you found the videos helpful. The more people that are given Spirit's message, the more we can awaken others and help them understand that there is nothing to fear about the ascension process. And there are so many people that feel alone out there, and they don't need to. Our soul family is amazing. I've never had so much love. I've never had so much love. As I said, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and that organization is worldwide. And as a Jehovah's Witness, I could go anywhere in the world. I could. If I went to a Kingdom Hall and met someone, I felt safe with them because I felt part of that brotherhood. But I got to tell you, I've never, ever experienced so much love from people that I've never met than I have since I have been on this spiritual path. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all of you, all the love and healing and prayers and, God, outpouring. It's really something, you know? We need to stick together, the United Collective. We really do. And that doesn't mean, as I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, if you aren't a Jehovah's Witness, you're not allowed to associate with anyone else, right? If they're not a witness, you're not allowed to go there. Can't date them. That's not what united means. We welcome everyone. We keep our hearts and minds open as long as everyone comes from a place of love and acceptance and realizing that we can agree to disagree. You know, we can coexist. There's a difference. Religion divides. God does not. So, any donations that you would like to make to my page to keep my work moving forward is very appreciated as well. I have to say thank you again. It's very kind. Every little bit helps. All right. So for water signs, we're speaking with Bastet, the goddess of house and home, the cat goddess. It's all about boundaries and curiosity and independence. I love cats, clearly. I came in as a cat. I've got a cat tattoo on my hip. My right hip, which is how I walk forward in my life. Out of the darkness. Beautiful. So here we see this one. Look at how he leans towards the light. Lovely. Allowing the light to shine on, illuminate the crown. And you see the scars on this one's face. The scars that they have picked up because of the issues and the things that they've been through in their life. They haven't stopped that from having them come forward. They may have felt outside. They may have been in a dark place for a long time. You may have been going through a very dark night of the soul, but you're coming out of that. And the scars that you wear, you should wear with pride. Look how they're embellished. And these are pearls of wisdom, because you're supposed to take all the lessons that you have learned and put them in your tool belt. We don't forget the lessons. We forget the pain, the anger. We let go of the blame, judgment, ridicule. We let go of all of that. But we wear those scars and those lessons with pride. This is not something for us to be embarrassed about, not feel that we can come forward and because of things that have happened in the past. We all have lessons. We all have scars. We've all done things. This is about coming into the light. Your ear chakra is being yanked on, I notice right here. So are your ear chakras opening? Are you beginning to listen? Or are you being told somebody wants to hear something from you? Because something's been bothering you. It's been dark in your life. But it's about to turn into something different. And Spirit's saying you may not see it when it comes. But there is something growing. See the sun down here, this little bright light that's starting to grow down here? Could be a partnership, a relationship, the number 2. But it's happening the way it's meant to happen. And it's coming in divine timing. This is destined to come to life. Whatever it is that's been hidden away. It could be seeing something from a different perspective, finding a solution or resolution to a problem. Whatever it is, it's fast coming. And it's not a matter of, is it coming? Because it is. It's about divine timing. Whatever it is that you have been struggling with, whatever challenges you've been going through in your life right now, Spirit says, we want you to trust that it's working, that you're going to come out of this time period. And actually, whatever it is that you've been going through, all of the challenges that we go through are there to teach us something. So this is actually helping you. It doesn't feel that way at the time. But the darkest thing in your life, the thing that was causing you the most trouble, is actually going to be what causes the beautiful to come forward, that's about to come forward in your life. It's helping you open yourself up to receive the new. Sometimes we have to be shoved out of something else in order to see what's standing in front of us. And in time, you're going to see the gift. You're going to see that there's an opportunity in front of you. And there's a blessing that comes from the pain from your past. It's just waiting for the right time to transform. It's about divine timing. So I want you to say something out loud. The universe believes in me. This is what we're yanking on your ear. Hear this. I believe in me. I create, accept, and enjoy opportunities that what? Enliven my spirit and make my heart sing. I'm coming out of a place of sadness and darkness. I'm going to be curious like the cat. I recognize I've got 9 lives. I've only used up a few, and even if you've used up 8, you still have another. I know how to balance myself. I'm going to land on my feet. I'm coming out of the darkness. Okay. For Pisces, how does this apply in your life? Wow, I just heard your little kitties waiting. Oh. I'm nervous about bringing another cat in here with Liger too, though, because remember, we rescued Prince, and he beats everybody up. Everyone. He's going to be sent away. My landlord's sister wants him, and he's a beautiful cat, but he has to be alone. He beats up everyone. So I worry about that. For Pisces, Sacral chakra. Are you feeling the energy in your sacral chakra? Because I sure am. Mine's spinning right now. It's either this or your sacral chakra needs to be balanced. Your sacral chakra is your seat of sexual energy and creativity. So if you have a block, a way that you can balance this is by moving your hips, walking, anything that you do with your hips. Ask Archangel Metatron to come in and help balance and clear your sacral chakra. It might be that your sacral chakra is on fire and you're feeling the vibration. You're coming out of the darkness. Look at the colors. That may be what's pulling you out. What is your passion? What is driving you forward? You're looking towards that. Take the lead. You're being asked to take the lead in a situation. Look at the colors. Reach out. Recognize you're not doing this alone. The Ascended Masters are helping you. 2, 2, 3. 2 twos. So this is a decision, right? You're having to come to make you're trying to make a decision. Spirit says you need to make the move. You need to take the lead. Whoa. Okay, that just fell out. And choose your battles. You don't need to fight with these people. Right? Maybe you did take the lead. Maybe you're coming out of the light. You're following your passion. You're taking the lead and you're standing there and you're choosing your battles and you're saying, you know what? These ones are immobile. I'm going to listen. This is where I follow my light. This is love and healing. This is my right path. This is going nowhere, and this is angry. I will stand my ground, but I don't have to go to every war that I'm invited to. I don't have to go to every pity party, and I don't have to feel guilty. I'm coming out of the darkness. I'm following my passion. I'm taking the lead, and I'm going to choose my battles wisely. One more message for you guys. I have rested, and I have reconsidered. I have seen the light. I have pulled away, and I have done my introspection. I'm asking myself, what am I passionate about? What do I want to create? What is important to me? And I'm taking the lead. I'm reaching out for it. I'm realizing I am being assisted by the Ascended Masters, and I know that I am the one that has to take the lead. I know what battles are worth fighting and what I need to walk away from. Sometimes winning a war is walking away from the battle. You can win the battle and lose the war, but you're smarter than that because you've taken the time to rest and reconsider. You've gone into meditation. You've done your soul searching and you have had illumination. And the number is get to work, light worker. You have everything you need to be successful and to move forward, to create. Follow your passion. Stand your ground. You don't need to get into a mix here. This is what I watched last night. The one saying what they wanted. The other ones were immobile. This one was angry, saying this will never be allowed. And this one said, I don't care. Cancer. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Cancer. How does this apply to you? Correct for neutrality on all levels. It's about rebuilding. Starting with yourself. Looks like the tower has hit. Right? You've come out of the darkness. Or maybe you're about to. Maybe something has hit your tower. But you were going to be rebuilding. You're on the right path. As long as you follow your heart. Don't refuse to see. Don't refuse to see the light. So what has happened in your life? The tower has hit. Something has fallen. Something, whatever is not standing on a firm foundation will be knocked over so that it can be rebuilt in a proper way. Don't refuse to see the light. Focus on the love so that you can come out of that darkness and rebuild on a solid foundation and allow things to blossom and create again. Coming out of the darkness. This is not a good place to be. This is going to get you nowhere. You need to open up your crown, open up your heart, allow things to be illuminated for you, move forward on your spiritually illuminated path, and recreate your life and allow things to blossom. It's your choice. This or this. All right. Scorpio. How does this apply in your life? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Scorpio, how does this apply in your life? It's so quiet in here without Lily. She used to boss me around, you know? Liger's in the other room. I miss that. I like to have an animal that's with me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I like a snuggly one. I like a snuggler. Success and growth. Coming out of the darkness. Recognize. Check this out. This is beautiful, you guys. See the pearls? The pearls that of wisdom and something that was starting to grow that you may not have seen, but look at the growth. You haven't seen it yet, but look, it's curling around and it's reaching. Success and growth. Abundance moving forward from this situation to this situation. Challenging times. You've come out of a challenging time, but you know what happens? It's made you stronger. Right? 5, there could be arguments around you. There could be disagreements around you. And you're feeling, oh, God, it's just going on and on. This has been very, very challenging, but you're not seeing, like Spirit said, soon there will be growth. And look, there already is growth. There already is. So those challenges, that's a significant change in your life, but it's for the better. You will grow from this and you will prosper from this as long as you allow yourself to heal and break the chains that bind you, which is the negative thinking. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in this place. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in self-pity and sadness. Right? This is about this. These readings are all about guidance and moving forward. So we could say, oh, you were here, right? You were in a dark period. Things started to grow, and then bam, you got hit with something again. Well, why did that happen? Something ensnared you. Something blocked you. But you can break those chains if you step into the light. If you speak the sword of truth. If you seek the sword of truth, right? It's all in our perspective. In how we handle a situation. This is how it came out. Came out like this. Coming out of the darkness. Things started to grow, then something went sideways. But you can break that. And allow for a healing. And it happens. When you stand in your truth and integrity, that's how you break the chains. No matter what's going on, don't ever allow someone to throw you off your path. Don't allow peer pressure to cause you to back down from something that you believe in. Stand in the light. One more. They told me to shuffle that again because there's a card that I might need to get. And take the lead. Okay? So, period of darkness. Things began to grow. You hit some challenging times. You had to stand in the light, break away from maybe negative thoughts or feelings, ideas of perspective, spoke your truth, and take the lead again. It's like knock you down, dust yourself off, look to Spirit for encouragement, and move forward again. Take the lead. Beautiful. That's everybody, right? I think so. All right, you guys, we're at a wrap. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm asking if I'm meant to go down and see one of these little kitties. I hope I get an answer soon. We'll talk again soon.